Welcome to the Leaderish Podcast, leadership lessons straight up, with your hosts, Dr. Jen and Regina. Hey, Jen, how's it going?
Hey, Regina. It is so great to be back. How are you?
I am like at the top of the world right now because we're recording. We took a break and we so missed this. How could we miss it so much? I mean, this is a lot of work and we missed it.
I know it is a lot of work, and it's kind of good we took a break when we did. It's, the end of summer, a lot going on at work. And so this is perfect timing, actually. And yes, it's a lot of time, but it's so worth it.
I know. How are you?
I am wonderful. I am freshly back from Napa with a group of girlfriends. And, I think it's one of the best trips I've ever been on. I have traveled with them before. So I knew I could, I knew they're my travel people, because sometimes you can be friends with somebody, but you can't travel with them.
Amen.
And we're all laid back and it's just wonderful. And Napa has been on my bucket list for about 20 years since I worked at a winery. And oh my God, it was heavenly. It's beautiful, more beautiful than I could have imagined. And I tasted a $360 bottle of Cabernet. I didn't buy it, obviously. It was so good. And a friend of ours that was there would start to put a tasting in the dump cup, not drink it. And another friend and I would be like, no,
don't waste that.
Do not waste it. We will drink it.
How
we
dare
will drink
you?
It all.
That is alcohol abuse.
It's for a $300 bottle of Cab. Come on. I'm drinking every sip of that, even if I have to drink all 5 of your drinks.
Yes. That reminds me of trying the Jack Daniel's Gold and the Jack Daniel's Sinatra. They're pretty expensive. I'm not really a whiskey drinker, but I can drink those.
They are. I have a bottle of Sinatra. I'm not really a whiskey drinker either, but every once in a while in the winter, just really good.
Yeah. Justin's a squire.
I am too.
You're a squire?
So is Tom Purdom.
Oh, I told Justin that he needs to submit me for a squire now that he's a squire.
Yeah. You need a square inch of property in the motherland.
Yes. That you can do nothing with.
Exactly.
Can't even go see it.
You can send stuff to it now too.
Oh, interesting. We'll
have
to look
to
that
fit
up.
In
1 square inch.
Yeah. Well, how are you?
Great. Just excited to be here. Excited to, just excited.
Speaking of which, speaking of Napa and all the things, time for my favorite segment, the drink of the day. What's in your cup, Regina?
Well, first of all, I'd like to share that I am drinking out of our Towdy Bar glasses. So they are beautiful glasses that are etched. The Towdy Bar, they were a gift to us when Justin and I got married. And I have put in here a little bit of vodka and passion fruit sparkling water, or maybe it was a little bit of sparkling water and a lot of vodka. I don't know.
I love it.
It just depends. We'll see how I am at the end of the episode.
I love it. I'll try to keep you straight. If you start slurring, I'll let you know, and we can just edit that out or leave it in. Actually,
that would be very helpful. Thank you. What about you? What's in your cup?
Well, it is late on a Friday afternoon, which thank goodness it's Friday.
I know.
I am of course drinking wine because I'm still dreaming of Napa. Yes. I'll have to post a picture on Leaderish because it's so beautiful. The funny thing though is I'm waiting for all my wine that I ordered from Napa to come in, so I don't have a ton of wine in the house. So I actually stole some of Tom's cooking wine, which he hasn't noticed yet. Hey,
how is that compared to your Napa wine?
It really doesn't. I'm going to take a sip right now. Nope, it really doesn't. But it is wine, and it's white wine, which I would prefer red. But the funny story about that is that Tom knows that he used to buy just regular cooking wine. He would get a $10 bottle of Cab for red sauces, and he would get a $10 bottle of Chardonnay or white wine or something for cooking wine. And then he would notice that if he left it, I would drink it every time. And so finally he started buying Pinot Grigio, which I do not like. It's the only wine on earth that I don't like, a
I
dry
love
wine, only
it.
one that I don't like. So he buys it so I won't drink it. So today he's probably going to be surprised because his bottle down there it didn't have a lot in it, and now the rest of it is in my cup.
So I'll drink the Pinot Grigio when I come over because I do love Pinot Grigio.
A lot of people do. I don't know what it is about it. This one isn't that bad. Like, oh, look, I'm forcing myself to drink wine on a Friday afternoon.
I
Bless
know.
me.
I mean, poor you is all
Mhm.
I have to say. Poor, pitiful you.
I'm doing it for the people.
You're really taking one for the leaderish team right
I
now.
am.
You are. So let's see. Kind of a little change of direction. Like we
Yep.
ended last season, right? And we were like, oh, we're gonna do all these interviews. It's gonna be great. People are gonna share their leadership lessons. Little did we know people don't actually want to share that. They don't want to put themselves out on Front Street like you and I do. It's
I
quite
know it's made me
amazing.
second guess myself a little like,
I
should
know.
we be putting it all out there? Oh,
Right?
well, we're going to do it
Yeah. I mean,
anyway.
like every flaw is in season one and more coming out in season two, just so you know. And so I'm like, so nobody else wants to just put their flaws out for, 100, 200 listeners? Like,
I know it's
weird.
fine. Oh, by the way, how many downloads are we up to? Like 1,500 or something?
I think so. Like,
That's
it's just gotten to be so many. I stop looking every day.
It's crazy. I remember when it was like, oh, it's 50. Oh my God.
I know. I know.
And I'm
It's
just gonna
crazy.
just amazing.
I know.
So yeah, a little change of direction. But once Regina and I started talking, we realized we actually still have topic after topic after topic that we can talk about and would love to talk about.
Mhm.
Um, so I think, yeah, we got plenty of stuff coming for season 2.
Yeah, we've actually planned out the entire season. We have 20 episodes, kind of all of our topics ready to go, not necessarily in order yet. And we've even kind of got a few guests maybe this season, maybe 2 or 3 guests that we're going to bring on. But for the most part, we've got topics that we still want to talk about, that we want to address. But we did promise some leadership lessons. And so, since you and I are totally willing to put ourselves out on Front Street, we're going to share our leadership lessons for this episode and the next episode. And I'm
this
excited about that.
episode, I'm excited too. This episode, Regina is sharing hers. So you're sharing your leadership lesson.
Yep.
The next one, I'll share mine.
Yes.
And I think this is so interesting. Obviously I know what yours is already. But why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah. Okay. So when I think back to my leadership journey, I was reflecting on where I was when I was maybe like a new leader and where I am today. And the thing that probably stuck out the most is giving credit. And I want to kind of explain that a little bit, because for a few reasons. The first one is that I worked for a leader that if it wasn't the leader's idea, then it wasn't a good idea and it didn't get done. And sometimes that leader would take your idea and make your idea their idea. And that was really hard for me.
Sometimes, if you really look at the definition of influence, it is all about that. It's about influencing someone so much that not only are they bought into your idea, that they take it as their own, but what you're illustrating here is there's a balance as well, because good leaders also give credit.
Right. Right. And so what happened to me working with that leader is I became credit seeking because I never got credit for my work or for my good ideas or for the outstanding job I did delivering something. All credit went back to the leader always. And so I
Even when
became
you delivered something. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, then the leader would say things like, well, I made Regina who she is.
Oh God.
She's that great because of me. Very interesting dynamic there. And so what happened was I became very credit seeking. And so I would over rotate on trying to get credit for
Even
things.
when you became a leader.
Yeah, I think it stopped pretty fast because I also at the same time though, Jen, realized I did not want to be that kind of leader. Like I knew I didn't want to be that kind of leader. And so as I really started to get more and more into leadership, what I did is I kind of found my happy spot. My happy spot is really giving credit away. So when somebody says, "Oh, Regina, you did a really great job," it's it's in my nature now to say that wasn't me or that wasn't all me. I mean, maybe I had a little part in it, but really I couldn't have done this had it not been for these people, right? Or that really wasn't me at all. This is this person. Like this person did all the hard work here. I just get to deliver the message. So thank you for that. And I'll pass that information on, kind of thing. There, I think when I think that my biggest problem though was the credit seeking.
Yeah.
And I think it still actually affects me today, if you want to
Oh,
know the truth.
I don't see that at all.
I like to give credit away, but I do still seek recognition. Maybe that's it.
Got it.
So I still have, in my lizard brain, I require recognition, even if it's for my team members, because I feel like if my team members get recognized, then I get recognized too. And that's lovely.
I do too. By the way, thank you for the recognition. I saw
Oh
that
yeah, I
this
did. I did
afternoon.
send you some recognition just recently.
You did.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. Happy to
You're
be
welcome.
your person.
Mhm.
Um, so Tom Purdom, he also leads, I think he's got maybe like 15 people on his team, and he has a very similar kind of motto that he uses. And I wish I could remember it exactly, but it's something along the lines of, you know, if we win, it's the team. If we something, it's all of us. If we lose, it's me or something. I'm like bastardizing that completely. But he
Indeed.
has no, I am. I'm gonna have to like ask him what it actually is. But he has a very similar motto about like how he intentionally gives the team credit and then takes responsibility like when things don't go
Mhm.
well or something like that. So it's a bastardized version, but
Yeah, and so that's kind of another part of it too, though, is when things go wrong, because things don't always go right. Right. And
Yep.
so when things go wrong, do you take accountability as the leader or do you pass that on to your team? So that's the other kind of flip side of this. And I can say, same leader, they weren't really that great at also taking accountability. If someone messed up, it was like totally their problem, not the leader's problem. And like all hell would break loose if there was a problem or something went wrong. There was no psychological safety to make
Ah,
any mistakes whatsoever. And so you really kind of breed this psyche of defense, like constant defense.
and fear.
And there's definitely fear, not fear that bodily harm, but studies show that psychological fear is very similar to a cougar attacking you.
Yeah, it's
Like
the same
the
place
same
in the
part of your
brain.
brain.
Mhm.
Look at us. The same Chastity. Thank you for that, by the way, that little nugget. The same part of your brain fires. So if you feel like your trust has been betrayed or you feel scared or fearful from a psychological place, it's the same effect. And I mean, what do we do then? We fight or flight. So there was a lot of fighting, there was a
Yep.
lot of arguing. Um, and there was a lot of shutting down or running away. I had one point in time when this leader didn't talk to me for 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, it was very interesting kind of going through that and dealing with that, and then also realizing that that wasn't the type of leader that I wanted to be.
I love it. So obviously there was a lot going on with this leader, but what you learned from and what really stuck out to you is how to give credit to your team.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say to a new people leader about starting out? Like, how do you find that balance where you're kind of proving yourself, you're earning your
Oh,
credibility, but you're also giving credit to your team?
yeah. That is a really, really good point. And it's a really good thing to think about, especially for new leaders, because you're right. New leaders are like earning their way. They're trying to prove that they're good leaders. The way to do that, though, is to show your team off. If your team is doing good, you will look good. If you're the only one
Definitely.
performing, if you have a team of 3 people, 5 people under you, 20 people under you, if you're the only one performing on the team, there's a really big problem. The
Well,
problem is with you.
your job is to lead, not to execute. I mean,
That's
obviously some level of execution, but
sure.
your job's to lead your people and help them succeed.
Right. Yeah. So recognition, giving credit away, sharing that, making sure that people are very well known. I have a team member who's doing like a little short term. She's not directly on my team, but she's doing a little short term assignment with us, and she's killing it. And anyone that I can find to talk to and tell them how wonderful she's doing, I am not shy about it.
I have seen examples of that and I love it.
I know it is. And it's so exciting. It's so exciting to see people who thrive in that kind of environment, and they want to do good. They want the recognition. They want people to know who they are, like, and that's a good thing. And then to have a leader who understands that, I think is pretty impactful as well.
Definitely. I don't know if I told you this story. I think maybe I did when we were first talking about this, but I once had a leader who I didn't realize this until I was in a presentation where my work was being shown. I was really young and I had created this document that I was really proud of. And when I saw the document on the screen, it had my leader's name on it. And not only was it like, oh, someone's name needed to be added. So this person added it, my name had been removed and that
Wow.
leader's name put in place. And at the time, I didn't think much about it because I was like, oh, well, that's my leader. But then I realized no one knew and no one was going to know that that was my work. And that is a very real example of what you're talking about, where, a great leader would come in and say, and I'm very happy to showcase the hard work that so and so has done, the way that they
Yes.
blah, 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 because then everyone wins.
Yes. You're absolutely right.
Yeah,
You're absolutely right.
that was my first kind of, oh, interesting.
How did you feel like when you were in the room? Like, what was that feeling that was in the center of your
I was
soul?
shocked. I was shocked.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I know that document. I created it and
Wow.
my name has been removed. Yeah.
Wow. I see. I would have been mad. I would have gotten mad. Oh, I would have gotten so mad. And I don't think I would have said anything in the room, but I think afterwards I probably would have said something, which that goes back to the whole amygdala firing, right? And the fight and flight. And I was
Yeah.
in a lot of fight mode when I worked for that leader quite some time ago. Like I was always in fight mode. I was in self-preservation mode, right? Can you imagine not doing your best work because you were always trying to self-preserve?
No, that's awful. You know
Yeah.
what's interesting? I don't know if I ever said anything to that leader, but I was young and probably immature. So I said something to everyone else on my team,
Except that
except
leader.
the one person that I needed to say it to, because there
Yeah.
was no trust, probably.
Right. Right. Well, and probably also because you knew it would do no good. Right. Like
Exactly.
what difference would it make? It probably would have caused you more harm
Yeah.
than good. The only thing it would have done good for you is you'd feel better about yourself for calling that person out.
Exactly.
But
And I think I definitely didn't work as hard after that for that person.
oh, that is valuable,
Hmm.
because that really kind of hits the two things that you and I both just said was, what's the consequence of doing
Yep.
this? What's the consequence of not sharing credit, of not giving credit, of not letting people know that they're valued and recognized? Number one, they are not going to work for you very hard. And the other one is that they're so busy thinking through all the harm you've done them that they're not even capable of doing their best work. They're spending all of their energy and their brain power thinking through how you've harmed them.
So true. And if I think about credit and good leadership, when I think about the best leaders I've had over the years, they're even kind of like you said, they're giving me credit in places that I will never even know and
Mhm.
never hear about
Right.
ever. And it's when I get compliments from my customers and client groups, it's them forwarding it on to a senior leader that I'll never know that happened. It's
Mhm.
sharing in meetings the great work that I'm doing, like you just mentioned as well. Like that person may never know that, but you're building their reputation and their credibility kind of behind the scenes,
Right.
which is exactly how it should be. So if you are out there and if you are a leader, find all the different ways to share the great work your team is doing in all different forums.
That's right. Even if you have a team member that maybe not be they may not produce the best work, when you find good work and you see good work, share that good work with other people. Also, Jen, you said that sometimes like you have people who are sharing stuff that you did and you don't even know about it, right?
Yeah.
Or you're doing that and they don't know about it. Well, that backfired on me the other day because I had shared the great work of this team member that's been supporting us. And then another leader just kind of reaches out and she's like, I don't know why this leader's reaching out to me. I'm like, ooh, so what had happened was I've been saying some really great things and I shared these skills that you have that are pretty phenomenal. And I think they want to explore that with you. And she's like, oh, that's amazing. Thank you. So sometimes it does come around. And then you're like, what happened was I was doing a really good thing. I hope you don't mind.
That is so funny.
Oh, true story, too. True story.
Positive consequences though. Butterfly
Absolutely.
effect.
Absolutely. Positive consequence, as long as that person wants that. Some people don't want that attention though either.
You
So
know,
there is a very fine line there.
and I actually have a goal on my list to do something similar to this, but as leaders, it's also important to know how your people like to be
Mm-hmm.
recognized. For some, it may be they want visibility, they love the spotlight, they want to be in front of people, they want their name in front of people.
Mm-hmm.
Some people really don't want that.
Right.
So it's important to have the conversations to say, hey, how do you appreciate being recognized, rewarded, all those things? Because it may be that a person wants to be behind the scenes
Mm-hmm.
doing their thing and just knowing with like a thank you, a really heartfelt thank you of
Right.
thank you so much. Your work is adding so much value. You're doing a great job. I learned that really early on and we all assume that everybody is like us. And so
Mm-hmm.
I like the attention. I like getting in the spotlight. I like the
Obviously,
visibility.
we have a podcast.
Right. So I enjoy that. That's motivating to me. And so I just assumed that everybody was like that until
Uh-huh.
one of my team members a long time ago is finally like, I don't, can you stop doing that?
Yeah.
Why? So
Yeah.
finally, they just really wanted like a heartfelt thank you every now and then.
Yeah. Or cookies. Everyone loves cookies.
True.
Crumble, Tiff's treats. I mean, there's lots of places that deliver them. You should try that if you haven't, because
Does Crumble
everyone loves.
Cookies deliver?
Yes, I have used Crumble 3 times in the last 2 weeks.
Oh, Crumble is so good.
I've never had a crumble cookie,
Are you
but
serious?
everyone who I deliver them to says they are delicious.
Oh, girl, Crumble Cookies. Holy
Mhm.
shit, they're so good.
Jen, this is a clean podcast. I'm going to
No,
have to
it's
beep that
not. We
out.
we undid that.
Just the one.
Oh no,
Oh,
no,
are
no,
we
no.
making this a thing? Oh,
We're
we're gonna make it
medium
a thing
clean.
now.
We're medium clean.
No F bombs.
No, but we're medium clean.
Right. Medium clean. Hell and
Chit,
shit
chit,
are
chit.
fine. Oh gosh, I love it. I love it.
So, Regina,
Yes.
now I'm going to ask you the question that is in bold and red so we don't forget it every single time
Yes.
we do this podcast because we kept
Yes.
forgetting it. And so we're both staring at it. It's in
Yes.
bold and red on our screens.
Yes.
What can you do, or anyone listening, what can they do in the next 24 hours to understand the right way to give credit to their team or anyone?
Can I do two things?
Please do.
Because I think you made a really good point about knowing how your people are recognized. So I would say if you work with people, so you can do this for peers, like it doesn't have to be people that work for you.
True.
So you need to know how people like to be recognized, right? And then you need to share credit and kind of help through that. But I want to make sure that you don't think that I'm saying if somebody doesn't want to be recognized publicly, that you take all the credit for their work. You still don't do that. That's still not okay. You always pass on credit if someone else did work or worked with you on something. If it's not yours, don't take credit for it. So figure out how people like to be recognized and then go out and recognize somebody in a way that they like, even if it's sending cookies.
Yeah. And it can be a friend, it can be a partner, your children, whatever. Just go recognize someone and tell them that something they did has added value to you in some way. I love that.
Me too.
Now for one of our favorite segments. I mean, they're all our
Fill
favorite.
your cup.
Yes. So Regina, what have you done or what are you planning to do to fill your cup?
Well, this weekend, one of my team members gets married. You were supposed to be my arm candy, but you have plans.
I do.
So I'm super excited to go celebrate my team members and her nuptials tomorrow.
Oh, that's going to be wonderful. And I think the weather's supposed to be wonderful too.
I hope so. They deserve it.
I love an October wedding and I love being arm candy. I'm willing to be anyone's arm candy, but I was very excited to be yours and I'm very disappointed. However, to fill my cup, I am very excited. Number one, Tom and I are going on a little date night tonight, a little spontaneous date night. I don't know where, no idea.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
But we're doing that early dinner somewhere.
Henrietta Red.
Ooh, oyster happy hour. That may have to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then tomorrow we are doing following up on a rain check, I suppose, for my mom's birthday to go to the zoo, which is going to be wonderful. We both love animals.
Yes.
And you just let us loose at the zoo and it's like two kids at the zoo. And so, good luck to Tom Purnham and my father. But it will be a lovely time. So I'm excited.
And I love our zoo. We have a really great zoo.
We do. And they have like fun social events and all sorts of stuff too. It's a blast. I love it.
We have a field trip. I get to go with my son on his field trip in
fun.
a couple weeks to the zoo. We haven't been, I was a member for years. And so we haven't been in a couple of years. In fact, I haven't seen the bear exhibit. So super excited.
It's so cool.
Yeah. So if you guys are listening, you're not from Nashville and you want to come to Nashville, make sure you put the zoo on your list.
Yes, you can go see the Andean bears. You can see the flamingos. You can see the caracal cats, the clouded leopards. I'm a big fan of the zoo.
The clouded leopards are probably one of my favorites.
Oh,
and the red pandas, and they're right there together. So you can red panda, clouded leopard, red panda, clouded leopard. It's great.
I know.
I love that pavilion with
too.
all the bamboo. Anyway. All right, Jen, why don't you tell them how to contact us?
All right. So please find us. Please interact with us. We want to hear from you, especially as we're launching season 2. What you want to hear about, what you don't want to hear about. I don't know, all the things. Find us on Instagram and Facebook at Leaderish Podcast. You can find our link tree there to find us everywhere, actually. Find articles and all sorts of things we've talked about before, or email us at leaderishpodcast@gmail.com. And I think it's so, no, you go right ahead, Regina. You're chuckling. I need to know what you're chuckling about.
Can I just say that we'd love for you to slide into our DMs?
I got a lot of
Can't do it.
feedback.
I can't
about
do it
that.
without laughing. But my newsletter, The Hustle, I get a newsletter every day that I love. It's my favorite newsletter. It's called The Hustle. The Hustle today, in their top paragraph where they kind of introduced the newsletter for the day, said slide into our DMs. And I was like,
See?
oh my gosh, it's a thing.
It is a thing. And
So
someone told me, like, oh, you know,
Slide in.
that's really dirty, right? And I'm like, no,
That
it's
was me.
actually, well, I've actually heard a lot about that comment from people that listen. They're like, oh my God, I can't believe you said that. I'm like, it's not dirty. Like, it's an actual thing in the world.
It may be dirty, but it's a dirty thing.
Okay, fine.
How's
so I
that?
didn't mean
is
it
a
that
thing.
way. It's funny.
Oh,
So
gosh, it makes me laugh. It so makes me laugh.
So on that note, and all the things to come and the other inappropriate things that we'll share and all the good stuff we'll share, hopefully. Cheers to season 2, my friend.
Cheers to starting season 2. I am so
Yes.
excited.
Me too. I love
Oh.
your rocks that you just shook.
I know, right in front of my microphone so that everybody can hear the effect. Yeah, it's going to be
I
great.
just finished my cooking one.
Your cooking one. Cheers, Jen.
Cheers.